I will paint 27 million dots on this canvas. But before I tell you why I'm starting such a crazy challenge, we have to talk about 3 questions.
The canvas, how we can count all these dots, and the tools I use. Let's begin here. I'll use a canvas with a size of 16,320 square centimeters.
Just to give you a little hint, this is 1 square centimeter, this little thing.
So if I divide the amount of dots by the size of our canvas, then I have to draw 1,654 dots per square. So I've searched for the tiniest brush in my studio, but all these dots were way too big. But then I had an idea.
So why shouldn't I use alcoholic-based markers like these or my acrylic postcards?
With a combination of both markers, I've achieved over 1,700 dots per square, so this will be my setup.
This is how 1,600 dots look like on different layers, and now it's finally time to start this crazy challenge.
You the first thing I think of when I wake up at 7:30.
Okay, let's go. It's incredibly satisfying knowing that all these tiny dots will come together to form a huge artwork in the end, and they will have a special meaning for our planet. But more about that later in this video when I tell you more about Ecosia.
This little shape took me already 4 hours, and it's only 1% of the final artwork. And if I maintain my current work pace, it would take me about 25 days to complete the final artwork.
Good visuals, good life, just all that matters. Health that you got right there is all that matters.
I want to finish the artwork before my retirement, so it's finally time to share one of my hidden talents with you. I'm ambidextrous, meaning I can draw and write with both hands. I suppose that drawing dots with 2 pencils at the same time should be easy for me. However, doubling the pace of a crazy slow process is still a crazy slow process, and so it took me 20 hours to finish this.
I know what I need.
10% of the artwork is done, and yes, I'm crazy slow. It's already day 2, but I'm pretty happy with my strategy so far. I draw a first layer like a foundation with these alcoholic-based markers, and after that I use the acrylic colors on top. But there's one problem. I will definitely need more of these markers.
Better get about my way. This is the start of a new day. Feel fresher than toothpaste.
Now I should have all the tools to conquer this challenge and to create a beautiful artwork.
I'm a fruit gone loopy. That's the Samy the toucan. Screaming out, who cares?
To improve my pace, I began using even more pencils in my hands. Don't get me wrong, I'm still unbelievably slow, but it started working better and better. Additionally, the completion of the first beautiful parts provided me with a lot of motivation and hope. I worked for hours on the canvas without even considering food, a break, or anything else. However, as my flow continued into the middle of the night, I became more and more tired.
Okay, a few last dots here, and now it's finally the time to give you an update on my process. I've already spent over 50 hours on this project, and to be honest, my motivation level is low. It's a lot of work, and even though I'm happy with the results so far, it's the craziest challenge I've ever worked on. I'll try to get some sleep now, so see you tomorrow.
So I continued the next morning with new energy, sometimes a night full of sleep and some calm and relaxing music can change a lot, and it brought back some of my motivation to finish the artwork. In the middle of this piece, I had a thought.
But why am I doing this challenge of drawing 27 million dots on a piece of fabric? The answer is pretty simple. I want to save the planet.
Each of these 27 million dots represents 1 tree that has been planted in 2023.
But of course that's not my work, so here's time to introduce Ecosia.
Ecosia is a search engine for your browser that you can easily activate.
For each of your searches, Ecosia is going to plant trees in over 35 countries, which you can always follow in your personal tree counter.
So if you now search for good-looking guys online, you can use Ecosia, and without even noticing, you'll support saving the planet.
So what are you waiting for? Ecosia has over 20 million users, and now hopefully at least one more. Thank you for sponsoring this video, and now back to the artwork.
Okay, we need all the motivation we can find because there are still about 10 million dots left. 10 million. These numbers scared me in the early stages of the process, and it's still super impressive to think about the fact that Ecosia has planted the same amount of trees during 2023. That's only 1 year. I've spent 120 hours on this artwork so far, but to be honest, it felt like at least 1 year.
The artwork is in good shape, but I'm slowly losing my mind. There is still a few million dots left, and so I decided to ask a special person for help.
My girlfriend Drew helped me with this final quarter of the artwork, and her energy and support brought back the motivation I desperately needed. In the end, there couldn't be a better message of this video. If you have ambitious and bold ideas in your head you're afraid of, that's absolutely okay. But be brave enough to ask for help and to share your ideas with others. If you don't have a Drew at home like me, then ask another artist for a cooperation. You don't have to do everything by yourself, and trust me, the sweet success of a massive challenge feels even better when you can share it with others.
Check how we moving with the vision in mind. I'm low side with my on division with slime. Been making plays, I'm finna dish 'em a dime. I feel my pocket vibrating, that's your on the line. Check how I'm living with the vision in mind. I'm low side with my...
This challenge was crazy, but totally worth it. 27 million dots represent 27 million planted trees because of our Ecosia searches. The community is completely free, so make sure to join it today. Let's plant some trees, be creative and climate active every single day. And if you want to see one of my last videos, make sure to check them out.